It's a beautiful cloudy night, a little chilly. We're going to be going down the block to the blue path that goes into Ocean Terrace. So, welcome on my night walks. I am your host, Knightangel. This is Night Walks, Blue Trail, Deer Park. I am so nervous right now, I could wet myself. Who's complaining, right? It's a nice day for a walk. Let's get stepping. So, before I start, before we start our journey, there's two things that you need to know. Always have a safety plan. Flashlight, working cell phone. Have it always programmed to 911 in case of an emergency. We are walking down to Petritti's, which is the old Staten Island College. Now, there's also another thing is to make sure you have a sense of direction, a way of travel. I mean, it's easy to get lost. Nope, this is not a horror film. This is not Wrong Turn or Did I say Nightmare on Elm Street? No, Wrong Turn or Friday the 13th. This is a test run. We might encounter some cool stuff that we can't see. Well, maybe you can't, but I can. But I'm going to shed a little light on the subject. So, let's crack the whip. All right? We just got to make sure one thing. Our flashlight is nice and charged, so we got to make sure that it's charged. I got a military grade flashlight, so this could blind a person. All right, now, this trail also goes into the old Richmond Parkway. So, if you're afraid of dark areas, I wouldn't recommend this. Don't do it alone without proper guidance. Me, I'm using my cell phone, and in my cell phone I got Google Maps programmed. Now it outlines certain parts, certain areas, and there's no laws protecting it. The time is now 21:20, and we just made it to this location. I think it's Nels Road. Let me get to the correct pronunciation. All right. Whitman Place and Milford Avenue. Well, Whitman Place and Whitman Drive. Whitman Place and Milford Drive. We're going to start our journey by going this way. But I want to do it now because when the vegetation comes in, it gets very confusing. This is where we went when we did our self-defense training over here, over at Petrides, which was formerly known as Staten Island College. As you notice, the expressway is right in back of me. East to west, 278. Wow. Now, you're going to notice some parts of the video where I'm going to be quiet. There's a reason for that. The reason why I will remain quiet, I'm in an area of the island that I don't know. Plus, some parts of it might be hilly. Some parts might not. Some parts might be creepy. Some parts might not. But in this area, we're surrounded by residential. It's a residential neighborhood. Wait a minute. Nobody's in the booth? Wow. So, we're getting closer. Very, very close. Milford Avenue continues. Milford Avenue. I thought it continues because there's a dead end right there. Again, Toad Hill has $1 million homes. Well, this is not Toad Hill. This part is Sunnyside. All right, according to the map, we're on Staten Island Boulevard and Ocean Terrace. We are walking on the Petrides side. You see, it's a dead-end block. Now, people do this during the day, not at night. So, when we enter in, we're looking for trail markers. We're looking for trail markers. So if it gets too intense, we'll back out. So we will encounter every wild animal known to mankind. Alright, so here we are. This is it, fellas. The trail. The trail to Deer Park. Alright now. The trail is completely marked. I threw on my lights because this trail is pretty long and it's windy. And if it feels unsafe, then I won't proceed. But all right. In this, we always want to read before we proceed. This trail is open from 6 a.m. to 1 a.m. So, my Patreons, let's say this is the Staten Island Greenbelt Parks, New York City. Hours of operation, Deer Park. It's the Blue Trail. You can read this. I don't have to explain it. All right, let's begin. All right. Dramatically, this is explains everything about the park. All right, Deer Park and Greenbelt. Deer Park in the Greenbelt. It's 40 acres. It's 40 acres. Dramatic beauty of this area is natural history. Continental conclusions lead to hills made of green serpentine rock. So we're going to be encountering the pink azalea, screech owl, hush hill, high brush blueberry, and palm warbler. Now, if we get this mixed up, we got it mixed up. But whoa, that's a little slippery. All right. All right. Here's the first trail. Here's the first wooded part of the trail. But it's good because it's lit, but it's only giving me the PG version right now. The R version is yet to come. Now, wow. Now, wrong side. Now, seemed like some of the trees were trimmed. Seemed like some of the trail bridges were kicked over. These are the boardwalks they've been talking about. Does this thing even look safe? It is wooded. It is wooded. Well, obviously. It is wet. And actually, it is a Sunday. Now, don't. Obviously, this is a bike trail. Wait a minute. Wow, I didn't see this one. This is not a trail. Anything that's paved that looks like a trail is a trail. Yeah, there it is. Always look for that blue marker. That blue marker tells us if it's a trail or not. Sometimes, if a trail breaks apart, sometimes it won't look like a trail. It'll be dangerous. Like over here, it's marked as a trail, but we have to step aside. See, if we didn't see that, we would have fell right into that. Such a deep ass pit. There's our escape route. All right. Oh, wow. Even got a step. I want to be careful with this. See what I mean? All right. They cut the tree in half where you could walk through. Look how beautiful it is, though. Like I said, this could be a false indicator, but it is identifying it as a blue trail. Another escape route. See? These like this, you should pay attention to. That's an escape route. You're asking me, why would I do shit like this? It's because I wanted to see how these trails are designed. Wow. All right. Wow. No turning back now. Wow, look at this. Such an amazement We're still behind Petridis. It's right. They're kind of right. Starting out on the expressways over there. I think these markers are a mile apart. We should reach the highest point according to that marker. Wow. Yeah. Look. Wow. We're still near. We just left Petridis. Now look at it. We're still on the blue trail. We're still near Petridis. If the blue markers disappear, don't worry, don't panic. That's the reason why we marked the edges of the map, for a quick way to escape. I wonder who controls these. Wow, there's really nothing down there. Actually, this is sort of like a bike and pedestrian trail. We'll stay on the side. Those are like railroad track failures. There's a house up there, so we're surrounded by houses. That looks like another trail going out. Wow. Yeah, that looks like another trail going out. You can see it. See? It's another trail going out. Richmond Town. Yeah, there is a trail going into Richmond Town. It's right by the cemetery, but on the opposite side. What'd they say? Run towards the light? Oh shit. I think I fucked up my shoe. You cannot wear anything nice. There's the blue trail so we're out here by Petridis because here is a fence. So therefore this is sanctuary. Thank God I know how to climb fences. Wow. Wow. This fucking thing is long. Wow. We're not even past for treaties yet. You can hear the traffic, the hum of the traffic. This should be the high point right here. All right. Wow. That's kind of hard. Wow. Wow. Look at this. This is amazing. Let's look for that trail marker. It's right there. Okay. We're only doing a one-way trip. So there's another trail that goes down that way, but we're only focusing on this trail. There's a way out. Actually, there's a beautiful skyline of New York City. Look at it. Wow. That is beautiful. Map. According to the map, we're right in the middle of nowhere. According to the map. But we're near Fine Boulevard. Make sure I strap my phone in so I don't lose it. I got, all right. I see lights up there. All right, they marked that as a blue trail because they probably ran out of tokens. Tokens is right there. I'm trying to stay away from the rocks. Wow, this is really open. They weren't kidding about it being hilly. See, here's another one where it splits. Wow. Follow it. All right. Wow. There's the trail. How we'd get off it is beyond me. According to the map, this should be the high point, is where we see things that are unusual, but this is the high point. All right, we're veered off the blue trail. We're on the wrong trail. The blue trail was to take us by the overlook of like I said, if you don't know where you are or where you're going, if you're not paying attention, you can lose sense of direction. So I'm going to use my phone to guide me to the rest of the way through, because we passed the overlook. That was the reason why we came up here, was to get to the overlook. Wow, that's a roller coaster ride. That is a roller coaster ride down, dude. All right. The leaves are wet, so we're still on the blue trail, but the leaves are wet. All right. There we go. We're back on the blue trail. This way would take us back to the blue trail. All right. Wow. This is something. All right, now we're back on the blue trail. All right. Make with the music. All right, we're back on the blue trail. So this is where it's going to get windy. This is where it's definitely going to get windy. All right. Oh, shit. All right. Play music. Not YouTube, you moron. See? Wow. There we go. We have an escape route right up there. That house right there. That's our escape route. Great. A song that was involved in a horror film. There's a way out there too. So, we navigated through the woods so far. Now look where we are. We're still on the blue trail, but we veered off. This is why I said, know your surroundings before you do shit like this. Know your surroundings before you do shit like this, because we don't know where we are now. We're right in the middle. And this is like some Blair Witch Project shit, man. But the trails are super muddy and they disappear in the middle. So if you don't pay attention, you could definitely break a leg. And if you're not careful and lose sense of direction, we had to go the other way. But we went the other way because it told us to. More Mother Nature but if I was being chased through here, forget it. I hope we're doing enough sweating, because I'm doing enough sweating for the both of us. See? Now there's the Jersey skyline. Oops. Pay attention, because we could get lost here. All right, let's see. Whew. I'm sweating bullets. All right. We just passed Deer Park. Deer Park was back that way. I am venturing back that way. So onward, Christian soldier. So now, Deer Park was by treaties. All right, Tillman Street. So we're almost out. We just got to do a couple of more quick turns. All right, there we go. See, that's what I'm saying. Oh shit! I didn't see that one. Plus, there was a piece of wood there. All right, these were set up. These were set up by the Parks Department because this is freshly cut wood. You believe it? We're right by the Richmond Parkway. Well, actually, this was the Richmond Parkway. There's a light up ahead. Now look at it. Whew. New Jersey skyline at its finest, man. Wow. We still didn't reach the highest point yet. I see houses down below. Reason why I'm taking pictures of total darkness, because it looks scary. All right, we'll go back to the map. All right, we're back near Dresden Place. We should be by the United Methodist Church, which is not too far away from here. Like I said, I got one earpiece in, if I could hear around me. Over there, if you look over there, that's Toll Hill Road. All right. Wow. Like, for instance, if there's no markings indicating what trail it is, you're in trouble. Because this is a blue trail and I veered off twice. And it told me on the map there's only one direction. I didn't know there was multiple ways. See? There's our escape route. Right there. So that means there goes a Toe Hill Road right there. I would go back the other way, but that climb back there, it's wet and it's slippery, so it'll be dangerous to go back there. We're not violating any laws, so we're still in our current state because these trails are open to one. Here's a marking. I don't know what that marking is. Looks like it's a City of New York marking. I wonder if there's more of them. Wait a minute. Hold on. All right, the way that turns. All right, it's marked. Okay. Technically, I'm not even scared at all, man. I mean, it's supposed to be scary, and hiking through here is, I gotta get me a hiking stick or something like that. But too bad it's wet. It made these trails slippery. And I got extra lighting, so I'm trying to keep it down. Almost veered off again. So here we go. Blue Trail, Green Belt, New York City parks. So the city runs these parks and trails that we're walking through today. This is a test run. It's wet. We took the bus here. Actually, it looks good. We didn't run into any killer colts and shit like that, so we're doing just fine. Look where we are, ladies and gentlemen. Ocean Terrace and Toe Hill Road. Wow. Barry Manilow. Well, thank you, Jesus, for this experience. I would have stayed home in bed all day. This, Wow, that was beautiful. That was absolutely beautiful. Say, pay attention. Whew. Wow. Before we exit out, we're gonna pick this tree right here. I'm sweating bullets right now. I should have used the map to navigate my way through, but I didn't hear anything weird or see anything weird, but you can see my breath. There again. That is our blue marker. There was like 90% of them were missing, but it's because we went off the wrong trail. Woo! Holy shit. What a ride. All right. Here you have it, man. Conquered our trail at night. Didn't even believe it. I didn't believe it could be done, but it's done. Here we are on the corner of Tower Hill and Ocean Terror. There's the yellow trail right there. I'm looking forward to conquering that next week. But man, one down for the history books. Should I dive back in? Maybe we missed something. We're finding a fucking Dunkin' Donuts. I thought I lost my flashlight, but my flashlight's right here. Alright, there's no traffic. Alright. Alright. Alright, the green belt continues through this trail right here. Now, here's the funniest thing about this trail. The Richmond Parkway segment. We got this blue trail. We still got to carry it out. But the first half of the map ends there. And the second part of the trail here is right here. Operation hours between 6 and 1. This is the Richmond Parkway part. This is where you see everything. But judging by the trail itself, I wouldn't advise going through here right now because we had rain. But let's take a sneak peek. Let's take a sneak peek on these trails. We're not going to walk through it, but we are going to have a sneak peek of them because this one is windy. And we'll save this for part 2. Again. All right, here it is. The do's and don'ts. 6 to 1 a.m. Clove Lakes Park. We're gonna throw some extra credit your way. Here we are. We're still on Slauson Avenue and some street that I don't know, but we're gonna venture on to the other side. So let me look at the map and find out what street we're on. Utter Avenue and Slauson Terrace. Well, where I'm getting Slauson Terrace from? Utter Avenue and Slauson Avenue. That's where we exactly are. All right, let's do this. It is 2:42 in the PM. 22:42 in the PM. Let's do this. I hear music. This is fun because I hear music. Remember, it is a residential neighborhood. If these hills don't kill you, if they won't kill you, the hills will. You know, funny thing is, I don't smoke. That's a street. So right now, we're in the back of Clove Lakes Park, but we're cutting in through the middle. Staten Island, I love you, but man, these hills are tremendously killing me. And then plus, when I get home, I have to climb upstairs. All right, that is private property. You do not want to go that way. That is private property. All right, you remember that street that I was talking about? The one that's going this way into this way? This street goes right into the park. I think they just planted new trees because there's new trees here. Again, look at the skyline as it's about to open up. I never went into the park this way. Always went up through the middle. And I never went up to this part of the park before. Like again, safety features. My phone is programmed to call 911 on the fly. I have a flashlight, so when I walk in areas like this, I'm always alert and on guard. When you walk into areas like this, just be prepared, because you might encounter shit that you might not want to encounter. So here's another area. That's the middle of the park that I was talking about. See the fork in the road where all of this is open? One wrong turn means you're fucked. But we're in the middle of a park. We're not in the middle of the park, but we're in the middle of the park, but at the beginning of the entrance from Slauson. Let's play a quick game. Which way is Clove Road and which way is Slauson Avenue? Let me know in the comments. And which way I'm walking towards. If you guess right, you won. It's time for me to run out of the park when I hear a slight noise. Here's where the paranormal activity comes in. Remember the other day? That paranormal activity was a deer we spotted. I have confidence that I don't need this flashlight, but see, I have confidence I don't need this flashlight, but it's good because, one, it will help me see where I need to go. Two, be aware of your surroundings. Anything could look sketchy. Like I just saw that white van. Anybody sitting on the benches? No. Not. Here's another fork in the road. So this fork in the road goes back up to that street there. We could have been in the park a long time ago. All right. So here is another part of the park. Now, this should be the alignment of the hill. Yeah, this should be the hill. That's the bridle path. That's where horses go. And it looked like they redone it. Yeah, they redid the trail. Those little gutters right there that are made out of brick, those are old-fashioned water drainage system. In case of a flood or bad weather, it was used to drain water down the hill for this area of the park won't get flooded. Cyclists must dismount. Caution, steep incline. Danger. See? See the traffic lights down there? So, welcome to Clover Lakes Park after 10. After 10. We got stumped. Let me see. All right. The camera should be picking up everything. Actually, that would be a good idea. There we go. Infrared. There we go. Whoa, shit, that shit blinded the shit out of me. Save that one for the blooper reel. All right. Now we shut this off. Now you get a full effect. On the danger line, I woke up rich and I faded. I had to know. All right. Somebody had an Easter egg hunt. That means we're going to run into Easter eggs. Now, my beam is narrow, not wide, because this will prevent you from getting caught or jammed up. So, here it is, the picnic area. Here's where it's haunted. It looked like they had something going on here. Remember, we were here the last time. We encountered a deer. But this is the picnic area. All right? Now, wow. Wow. It's very nice up here though, especially at night. Looks like they redone everything. Let's make sure. Yeah. Netting? Spooky, scary. You can't see nothing, right? Now watch. There's a light up there. Now you can see something. There was a light up there. That note was right there. Wow. Wow. See? We could shut this off now. We're getting ready to leave the park anyway, so usually I'm nervous right about now. But nah, I feel calm as a cucumber. I'm not even shaking. I had a shitload of coffee this morning and I'm all booked up. Remember we used to go that way? We came from that way. They had a party here, looks like it, because there's ribbons on the tree. And, oh wow, they redone this part too. And now we're still heading towards this way. Aim the flashlight down, because if we get caught, at least they won't see the light. They will see the light, but not from where we are. We saw a deer up that way. This is supposed to be the haunted part of Clover Lakes Park. I'll dig into that history later. I gotta download a cheat sheet. Another bridle path. A bridle path going down that way. Then you have a drainage system going that way. That's a drainage system going downhill to the lake. More. I didn't know exactly what these were until I did research on these. They weren't kidding when they said this hill is fucking steep. And we walked all the way from there to here. Ain't the Bridal Pebbles connect? And if so, does it count as a trail? Because there's no trails going through Central Park. There's no trails going through Clove Lakes Park. Remember, the last time we came through here is when it was snowing and windy. Oh wow, they're resetting some stone right here too. They're modifying the park. I wonder what they're going to put here. Because this wasn't here the last time. I could shut this off. This wasn't here the last time we came up here. Now take a look. Way up there. And we made it down here where it's well lit. I could give my flashlight a break because I've been using it for quite some time now. And I do hear voices somewhere in the distance. But here, look at this. You know, we walked all the way from Toe Hill Road, all the way here. Man, look at that lake, how calm it is. After a nice heavy rainstorm, this lake is filled up to the rim with fresh rainwater. I wonder where the water is actually coming from, because we're in the middle of the island. Where does the water come from? If I look it up, maybe. Boat rental. Here you could rent a boat, go to the Clove Lakes Cafe. I wonder how much it is to rent the boat. The Stone House. Look at this. This is a real. This is actually a real canoe. I mean, it's actually a real canoe. They cut them in half for decals. And then they actually have a snack shack now? Wow. This is, I haven't noticed this before. Boat rental, snack shack. No soliciting, no loitering. Private property. This is where they store the boats. Oh, I get it now. They store the boats over here. No soliciting, no loitering, and no trespassing. You know, trespassing and loitering is not a serious charge. It's a charge for 30 days or more. Usually, trespassing is usually 3 years. 3 or 4 years. I gotta double check that law. But nobody got locked up for trespassing or loitering because, I don't know. I never know anybody who got locked up for loitering or trespassing. So usually I know the law exists. Is that I never seen anybody get locked up for it. As 35 years involved in law enforcement, I never seen anybody get arrested for loitering or trespassing. Usually, if a cop is nice, they will let you go. But they will let you go with a warning. Don't tell me they finally finished this. they finally finished it. Wait a minute. Because the bathroom's right there. Wow. Oh, they're using this part for storage. Yeah, they're using this part for storage. But this park wasn't open the last time we went. We'll find a store at the end when we leave the park. I guess people who live around here usually park in here because they got parking in the back. Well, unless that's the parking for, that's more parking for Clove Lakes Park. Parking for Stonehouse. Oh, it's parking for the Stonehouse. All right. But that was it. I mean, it's amazing how far we have gotten. We went from the Blue Trail, from Sunnyside, from Patrides, behind Patrides, Staten Island Boulevard, and Ocean Terrace, to the top of Toll Hill Road in Ocean Terrace. Climbed the way down, all the way to Clove Lakes Park. We're not done with Clove Lakes Park because we're still getting ready to exit on the other side. So this part of the park, we're going towards Martling Avenue. And look, they redone the surface of the park. You can't see it because I'm going to need my flashlight for the rest of it. We're going to need the flashlight for the rest of it, but look how beautiful they've done this park. Boom. See, look at that. That's the bridle path. No, it's not a bridle path where brides go down. It's a bridle path. They enter here. The lakeside Clove Lakes 5K trail. Enter here. And they got some fresh blacktop. Seems like they're renovating this park. Maybe. Is it that I'm ugly? Now, some say there's a part of this park, another part of this park, that is haunted. I'm going to explain why. In two brief words. One, just because this park is near a cemetery. Ooh, we actually got a memorial bench. But it's faded. But Bonnie Brooks. When I close my eyes, I see you smile. Bonnie Joy Brooks. About time we have a memorial bench. I could have done this. It would have made me see, yeah, wow, they're redoing this thing. Wow, they're redoing the whole thing. Wow. All right, after getting sidetracked by that bench over there, just because it's behind a cemetery, it necessarily don't mean that it's haunted. That's scripted into our minds because we've been living in fear for so many years. I mean, as once, I was afraid of the dark. I was afraid to come into areas by myself. But I feel such a relief come upon me because it's so damn quiet and peaceful. Now, second, I'm gonna relax my hand a little bit and stay on this path right here. But yeah, if you look, we can see the other side of the lake. If we could see a bench from this side of the lake, then we know this is a damn good flashlight. There's nobody in this park but me. There's a head up your mouth, Daddy. Oh no. Go away. Maybe I might do a special edition of Night Angel Night Walkers, but I will probably do it as Night Angel Day Walkers. Those will be my special editions. But the reason why I call it Night Angel Night Walkers, because obviously most of my walks are out night. It's at night, not during the day. I do it because it relaxes me and it puts me at ease. And I could commune with nature, keep my thoughts to myself. And even though it's dangerous, it's exciting. I mean, the park is long itself. I mean, we're here a waterfall. Hear it? Sewage. Sewer cover. There's the bridge that's supposed to be haunted. Now, you want to challenge it? We'll challenge the bridle path. Bridle path. Alright, we'll challenge the bridle path. This was basically designed for horses. But there's a stone bridge right there. $4K, 2.8 miles. Alright, we're going to take a walk down the bridle path. Be careful of horse shit, because most people are full of it. Alright. Be careful. We don't want to trip or fall. You know what? Between my weight, I'm starting to sound like a horse. Openly joking. 1K mile, 62 miles. That's new. I'm editing that one out. We should be behind the graveyard right about now. Wow, they redid that too. Wow. You look over there. They redid that part. Wow, and like 2/3 of the park is like redone. There's the cemetery right up there. We got a hand extender. Somebody been hanging out here. You know it's getting cold now, right? And windy. It's because we're behind the graveyard. So let's see. See, we're behind the graveyard. Now it got cold. Now the temperature decreases. When we leave the park, that's when it's going to start getting warmer. Watch. Ever since we're walking down this bridle path, the temperature changed from hot to cold awfully quick. Shut up for the duration of this part. There's the Bridle Path Bridge. This bridge was said to be haunted too. You see, it's very quiet over here. Wow. Look at that. Look how nice that is. Water's so clear you can see to the bottom. Don't get me wrong. There is fish here. Look how clear that water is. The bridle path should have continued going up that way somewhere. But remember that that antenna we were talking about? We still haven't lost it, unless there's two of them, because we had an antenna right where we were. Maybe the park was so damn windy, we were still in the park and we didn't actually know about it. There's a continuation of the bridle path. That's a continuation of the bridle path right up there. Okay. Now, we went down that way, right? Now we're going to go this way. Look at that. Look how creepy that is. We lose the lake right from here, but now we're right by the wooden bridge again. I do keep on hearing voices. Now, we are behind a cemetery. See how cold it got? It's cold. Bonnie Taylor. I need to buy something to drink. I'm fucking thirsty as hell. No wonder why they tell you to bring water. Did my light just adjust? because it shouldn't adjust. Follow the path out. See? We're right behind the graveyard. Right behind the cemetery. Somebody was using that board to climb over the fence. Now, that'd be creepy. I lost my phone and the fucking flashlight, the music is still playing even though I lost my flashlight. But I'm going to put my flashlight away because we don't need it. We can see fine. We can see fine. 2318. You know, it'd be great next time. This thing does have night vision, but it's not strong enough. So if I put it on night vision now, it's not going to work. See? It's on night vision now. See? It's on night vision now, but it's not working. Maybe it is working. Maybe I can't see it because of the screen. And when I take my hand off it, maybe. Now, remember that antenna, right? Last time I know, there was only one antenna on this side of the park. So, that was it. We were circling around and not even know it. If Maggie's husband was alive, he will love this. He will definitely love this. I don't know if he's alive or dead, but he will definitely love this. 2 hours of walking. Whew. This will take us to Forest Avenue. Martling. Why did it take us a long time to get from the middle of the park to here? Because some of the paths are windy. So we were transferring from path to path. But here's the stone bridge right here, another one. Overlooking here's the stone bridge overlooking the street. So, in other words, if we continue across the street, this is the smallest part of the park. This is what you call a how would you say it? This is like Clover Lakes Park. Again, it's open from 6 to 1 a.m. and we obey all the rules and don't cause any disruptions or litter. Like I don't have anything to eat, but I did this without a flashlight before. I could do it again. You can see Forest Avenue right from over there. At least I think it's Forest Avenue. The stone bridge that they said that was haunted, it's over there. It must be the one in the middle of Clove Lakes Park where we just passed. That bridge supposed to be haunted. Now I'm taking out my flashlight again. Now, see, we could go through that way or up this way. So we're going to follow the path. Now, when we leave or when we do any type of trailblazing or we discover any trails, if we hike down any trails, we gotta look for a plan B. Don't always assume that there's a way out. There's no way out unless you find one. The way out is this. Do your homework when you do your homework. There's a light there. All right. Do your homework. If you have to use Google Maps, put it on bike trails because they won't show you the trails manually. Put them on bike trails. 2. When you look at these bike trails, recognize them and study them. You'll never know when, in case of an emergency, you need to bail, you're ready to bail. Like, I saw 5 ways of escaping that blue trail. But we did make it all the way up to Richmond Parkway. See, now we're behind the church. So Forest Avenue is not too far away, but we're right behind the church. We want to try to stay close to the water as possible. No. All right. Let's name the following streets in between this area. Remember this part of the video. I farted here. Okay. 1. Manor Road. 2. Clove Road. 3. Raymond Place. 4. Forest Avenue. 'There you have it, man. We survived. And we used Clove Lakes as a shortcut. But yeah, look at it. The wondrous marvels of Clove Lakes, and we weren't even followed. Another fork in the road. That bridge was behind it too. Piggy by the toe, if they holler, let them go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Who we kidding? They both go to Forest Avenue. Alright. Only if I can find a fucking store that's nearby. Oh wow, I haven't sworn throughout the whole damn video recording of this video. And always wear black. They can't see you at night. See? Now the noises come out. Time's now 23:30. I don't see why not. Bringing kids to a park. I don't see it. I don't see anything crazy about it. Man. There's a bench right over there. I could just sit on it, I guess. Alright, I shut off the night vision. Want to see how that works out. You can't see me? That's good. That means the night vision didn't work. And that I'm suffering from acute exhaustion. Wait a minute, maybe this will help. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so there you have it. We just made it through 3 parts of, what can you say? The park, I guess. Stand by for part 2 of the Blue Trail that starts the Richmond Parkway through to Richmond Road, I do believe. Well, here we go. We finally made it to the end. We end actually by Clover Lakes Park. So let's see, let's recap. We ended up at Sunnyside, Ocean Terrace, and Staten Island Boulevard. We took the Blue Trail to Ocean Terrace and Toe Hill Road. That was a fun walk though. I'll do it again, but this time we will connect that trail with the other one. I didn't know, it felt like it forever because we were still behind Patrides. I'm going to take a little break because my back is hurting. And it's on a bus stop, that's funny. Man. I'll probably cut the rest of this out later. But man, this feels good right about now. Wake me up when the sun comes up. My feet are like burning. My feet are like literally burning. Let me see. Oh shit! My shoe was a wreck! Oh shit! Must have happened when I was in that trail. Oh shit! Must have happened when I was in that trail. This shows. A little glue will fix that. I mean. Oh shit! Oh shit! I didn't even recognize that shit, man. Look at that shit. I knew I felt something wrong in there. Yeah. This is what I get for walking the blue trail. God, these boots are old. Let me see if I can make it home in these boots. I'm gonna have to glue it, but I'll glue the rest of it. But hopefully they'll hold out by the time I get home. Oh shit. There's a store up there. I could buy some crazy glue and a coffee or something. Coming from our new mail room that's still under construction, as you can see. Thank you for joining us on our amazing journey. Until next time, we're going to continue with the Blue Trail, but we didn't know it was cut in half. We knew, but we didn't know there was another part of the trail. So we might do a couple of reshoots on that trail. But stand by for part 2, the Richmond Parkway Blue Trail, coming to you next week. Night Angel out. Be blessed and keep the faith.